Greetings, comic book thrill seekers. It is I, the master of nerdom, the dork with the fork. The master of fail and everything else. Anyway, guys, the monster has done another Supervillains Explore video, so you guys already know what this video is gonna be. Trying to be a little bit enthusiastic and just not pulling it off. Today will be my second, well, I wouldn't say today, because like I said in these videos, these things are either going to be taped, and put on hold, or, I'm not even holding the camera straight right in my face line. How rude of me. But like I said, I've been busy with stuff, not just with work, but just with, stuff going on in my personal life. Try to deal with it. But I'm getting off task, and I am going nowhere with this. Alright. Anybody who has watched my updated comic book collection video, as well as, my quick thoughts on the cape, kind of saw this alluded to it, but nobody really said much of anything. And that kind of disappointed me because I was trying to be enthusiastic and create like a game, make it fun for everyone. But today I am talking about doing another lesser known but awesome hero. And the one that I'm doing today is actually Zipblock Gory's, favorite DC superhero. And truth be told, I kind of like him as well, and that is Boston Brand, also known as Deadman. Now, to give you guys a little bit of a backstory on him, and he's been featured in Brave and the Bold, in an episode or two of Brave and the Bold and Justice League Unlimited. This one is from Justice League Unlimited, whereas this one is from Brave and the Bold, just in case you guys get confused. And this is actually what he looks like currently in the comics now after the Brightest Day storyline. He was one of 7 people that got revived, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. I like this one right here. I find the Cabbage Patch Baby one funny, but this one I like because I'm sure you can't see it. Unless I zoom in a bit or back away. But pretty much, get this back to normal. Pretty much what you saw, I'm sure it'll come up really blurry, but that is pretty much Deadman with like Batman, Green Lantern, Superman, and the Flash. And make a little game out of this. Can anybody guess what each one of those heroic pose things, if you can make them out, of course, what do they symbolize? Let me know, because I know what they are. I want to test you guys, see if some of you guys know exactly what that was, or each one of those sequences was. But anyway, Boston Brand was an acrobat and a circus performer, and this assassin named Hook was trying to be initiated into, like, this League of Assassins or something like that. And to do so, he had to kill a random person, and the first person he chose was Boston Brand, who happened to be performing his circus act. And in the middle of his act, he is basically gunned down, and his spirit should have been rested, but this Hindu god or goddess basically told him, your spirit will not rest until you basically, see your murderer's death. And so what Brand ends up doing, because along the way, focus back on the pictures here because I like this nice little montage thing. These actually take a while to pull up, by the by, for any of you guys that are wondering. I critique these and try to size them up so it looks like a picture montage. Just thought I'd throw a little bit of a creative, tip out there for anybody that wants to try to do something like this. Make sure that covers your entire screen too. But anyway, what Bran ends up doing is that while tracking down Hook, he also decides to see people that need help, or people that are about to die, or people whose spirits are at unrest and they can't, find the afterlife. And Bran has a very strong sense of morality, and I like that about his character. He helps people even though he's trying to help himself. Because that's one of the many virtues of superheroes, is that, they're selfless, they're charismatic, they always do the right thing. There's no real way to actually put it in there flamboyantly. But along the way, Bran decides to help people simply based on the fact that, and he discovers that he's just a ghost. But he has, like, intangibility, nobody can really see him or hear him. Unless, of course, say it's like a character like Zatanna or Dr. Fate or the Phantom Stranger or the Spectre. Or even, say someone who has had, spiritual training, kind of like, Batman did as Bruce Wayne, whereas, as a young Bruce Wayne, he had went to the mountains of Tibet. And I think what also makes it good as well is that Boston Brand, even after because eventually he sees, Hook's murder and he has the opportunity to go to the afterlife, he actually forsakes that to still help people. And at first he didn't really like the fact that he was going on this quest. He felt like it was taking forever. But he eventually makes peace with himself, and he is one of DC's 3 supernatural, I guess you can say, entity characters, the other 2 being the Phantom Stranger and the Spectre. However, unlike them, he's just a ghost. He's got intangibility, he pretty much bullets pass through him, all this stuff. He's just basically a spirit that just floats around. But pretty much what makes him awesome, and this is one of his abilities, is the fact that he can possess people. Like, Bran can actually go inside someone's body. However, the after effect is that if he is bonded to a host that he possesses for too long, he will merge with that person, with their spirit. Also, if it's someone that's strong-willed, say like Superman, Wonder Woman, or Batman, he can be forced out of their body, almost like exorcised. And that's pretty much, the main aspect. That's like his main power, is that he can possess people. And he's been known to actually, jump from host to host and, search their memories. He's even actually taken over control of supervillains at one point. Like, he actually, for a short time, helping out the Justice League, he had actually infiltrated Solomon Grundy's mind. And he basically, spied on the Legion of Doom and stuff for a little bit. Of course, they eventually figured it out and they exorcised him. But, still, that's kind of cool that there's a superhero that, even though he doesn't have, his powers aren't that